Peace and blessings. What's up? What it do, y'all? What it do? You know who it is. It's your girl, your big sis, L Vintage. And we here for another live and jive. Let's get to the beat episode of Stage Left. You know, we've been around the world and the past few weeks. And, but thank God I'm back on my feet. And we here with my big sis, none other than Turkessa Lee.
What it do? What it do? What it do?
Y'all in for a treat. I'm gonna just let y'all know because we gonna talk about it tonight. We gonna talk.
Don't get them too hyped. Don't get them too hyped. I don't want to disappoint the people. Let's play it low and then they just be excited at the end.
See what I'm saying? Get your notebook, your pad, your pens, because you're gonna need these notes, right? Because when we done, you're gonna say, I need to go back and reference that.
I know that's
but good evening, all my good people. Y'all the best audience out there. Thank y'all for keeping us thriving and flourishing and sharing and tuning in. Listen, we worldwide, okay? We on the flyest radio station around these parts. Worldwide. That's called Top Class Radio. You know what it is. Go follow, click, like, and share on Instagram and Facebook, Top Class Radio. And do me a favor. Go stop over to that at 609 Stage Left page on Instagram. We got one on Facebook too. It's still getting prepared and ready, but it'll be up in about 24 hours. So you can follow, click, like, and share on that one too. Stage Left. We all over the world, baby. We trying to do it big. And that's what we doing. We bring you news. We bring you information. We bring you interviews and journeys that will touch your lives and touch your heart. That way you realize you're not the only person going through it and that there's always someone here that will reach out and touch, right? So anyway, without further ado, I'm here with my sis, Turkessa Lee. I'm going to read her bio, right?
Do we really got to do that?
Yes, we really must do that.
Okay, we can do that. Let's keep it brief.
I'm just gonna skim through it because look, she's trying to get new. That new. Okay, so Turkessa L. Lee is a licensed clinical social worker. She received her bachelor's and master's degree in social work from Norfolk State University. Shout out to the 757 in Norfolk, Virginia. Turkessa is involved in many community activities, including creating an online roundtable discussion during COVID entitled Life After Incarceration, the Resilience of Black Men. Woo, we got to talk about that.
Real.
We got to talk about that.
That was real. It was probably one of the most deep things, one of the deepest things I've ever done in my career. Really.
Oh, listen, we're going to touch on that. Y'all stay tuned. Okay. This platform garnered over 3,400 views. She's also an active member in 2 sororities. She is the recipient of the NAACP Mainland Pleasantville Freedom Fund Award. Shout out to the NAACP. Dawn Rice Bivens, Utica Bird. What's up, y'all? Award for her work as an entrepreneur. She's also opened up her own private practice for mental health and wellness located in Galloway, New Jersey. She's currently a doctoral student organization leadership program.
Organizational leadership. Yep.
Wow.
I'm just starting my 4th class.
Ooh.
My first year.
Wow. Up. It's got a little ways to go, but she's getting there. And she lives in Egg Harbor City, New Jersey with her 2 teenage daughters. Shout out to the little queens. Mommy gonna do her thing tonight. Oh man. So without further ado, everybody, Turkessa Lee, everybody.
Hey, y'all. How's everybody doing? It's good to see you all out there tonight. If you can see me, I'm imagining watching you all watching me. But, we're gonna make it do what it do tonight. I appreciate you.
It's Imagination Station.
Thinking, yeah, we gotta do it. How SpongeBob do it?
Imagination. I can't do it. Huh?
Yeah, we're always like super goofy. I'm gonna try to keep it somewhat serious today. Without,
We love it. This is my special agent, y'all.
Man, listen.
I don't know.
We done been through some things and seen some things and worked on some things together. And I appreciate you considering me to even come and be in a space
make sure this power gets out here.
And they better come and get it because mental health is at an all-time decline.
Yes.
COVID has really opened the doors for many things, and people tend to try to cope by like working and staying busy and staying preoccupied. And what COVID did, it shut the world down.
That's
so
true.
once it shut the world down, people couldn't be busy. They were forced to be alone with the things that have ailed them.
Wow.
You know, and without the proper coping strategies, mental illness has skyrocketed.
Wow.
Not just in Black communities, but all communities.
Yeah.
You know, but because I am a Black therapist, you know, I have an eye and the more of a pulse, you know, in the Black community. So this has been a long journey for me, but I am so happy now that I'm in a space where I can just be of service to my people.
Absolutely.
And also,
That's dope.
you know, have a decent life.
So you said something just now, you know, people were forced to actually pay attention to see and pause and deal firsthand with the people that they actually, or the things, whatever it so be, that were ailing them. And that means they were forced to really open their eyes. They were forced to confront the situations, or because we see that a lot. You know, people are always, and I find this interesting that we would rather, instead of bringing it to the table and discussing it, we would rather sweep it up under the rug.
That's caught. And I guess, and when I talk about things in the therapeutic sense, most things that I'll say tonight are in the lens of being an African American woman, you know, so like there are some things that go across all cultures, but from where I sit today, just to be clear to people who are listening, I'm talking about it from a cultural perspective. And that sweeping under the rug, behaving like things aren't happening, being dismissive, not acknowledging things, that is a cultural thing that we've done for many generations.
Wow.
But I tell you something, people give these little Gen Xers a lot of slack, you know, because of how they carry on and behave. I love them. And you know why I love them? Because they made it okay to talk about trauma. Oh, they made it okay to say that I need help. They made it okay to say that I need therapy. I need to talk to somebody that is professional to help me work through things. They opened a door that has been locked in our culture for eons. Right. You know, so I have a healthy respect for that generation because they made it okay for us to have the uncomfortable and the difficult conversations.
Absolutely. And I do also, I appreciate that because, you know, we are, a lot of us that are, especially older generation, you know, that, you know, Generation X, not this generation now, but generations prior, 80s, 90s, we're accustomed to hearing that therapy and sitting on someone's couch, they hear all your business.
You're crazy.
Yeah, we're crazy.
You're telling our business.
And the thing about it, that was traumatizing for us because I think it gave us more space to run away and to divert everything that was going on. And I find that like the hardest part to break in a lot of us, like how do we break that?
A lot of it is just a lot of it is cultural, and a lot of it actually stems from our fear of the government. I know, and that seems like really off base for talking about therapy, but if you think about government and laws and things and how they impact our culture, and they're not fair, and they're not used to really keep order. They have been used to penalize us and to keep us under subjection. So you're dealing with a country of people, brown people, who look at those type of things as threatening. Our mistrust started early. Yes, our mistrust of therapy and other things, really a lot of it stems from our mistrust of the government, our mistrust of the police, you know, and then, you know, fearful that if we tell people the things that are ailing us, that it's going to be used to hurt us, because so many of the other things that are quote unquote put in place to protect society are used to abuse us.
That's so true.
So there is definitely a connection there, and I get it, you know, and the way that we undo that, I guess it's what I do. And I live and I work with the mantra that I want to change the world in a positive direction, one conversation at a time.
Absolutely.
So how I don't know that if there's a global answer to stop it all at one time, you know, but as individuals, we can do things to make sure that we are protecting and that we are assisting our fellow man in a healthy way.
These conversations have to be had.
And platforms like this. So like, while I love doing clinical work and doing one-on-one, believe this is more gratifying to my spirit because we're talking about this and we're able to reach so many people worldwide to have this difficult and uncomfortable conversation.
And now it was relevant then, but it's very relevant now.
Yeah.
Considering all of the traumas that are really so adamant.
Right.
And in your face right now. Right. And I think that they would just learn behaviors for us. It was learned. It was
par
okay.
For the course. It's just how it was.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, shut up and sit down, and you keep your thoughts to yourself. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah. I was just talking about that today. I have a couple of clients who are in the middle of like breakups and things, and they're talking about, feeling like the men don't feel anything. And that's also a cultural thing.
Yeah.
There's this assumption that when breakups and traumas and things happen, that women are overly emotional and men are not emotional enough. And I just remember this phrase when I was younger, that it said, men cry in the dark. Yeah, wow. I remember that. And I just look back and I would think about it. Yeah, when little boys fall, and this is just, this is not a catch-all, but this is what I saw coming up. If a little boy fell and scraped his knee and he started crying, and his dad saw him, stop that crying.
Yeah.
Stop that crying.
Men don't cry.
If a middle schooler, misses a ball, doesn't catch a ball, or doesn't win a race and he's upset, the coach is man up,
wow,
suck it up. So we culturally teach our men not to feel and not to express emotion.
That's amazing.
We teach men not to feel and not to express emotion, and then like times like now, when as adults, they carry that into adulthood. Yes. And when men do display some level of emotion, their manhood is often in question.
Yeah.
So they opt to cry in silence and to cry in the dark.
Wow. I think that we diminish the power and emotion of our men by allowing those things to still be spoken. And our boys and my Jay, he's always emotional, every little thing, and I'd be like, it's okay, man. It's not that you don't have to be. Like, I find it empowering for a male to get his emotions out, because if you don't, I have a piece called Little Boys Don't Cry, and it talks about this very thing. You would rather have a monster behind bars than to allow this man to speak.
Don't get me in here screaming and making a bunch of noise on this podcast.
I mean,
don't start it.
You would rather allow this to break this man than to allow his emotions to speak while he's trying and he's attempting to cry out for help. And that's not fair.
Yeah.
And most of the time they tell us, well, you're a woman, you don't understand.
Right. But we have an obligation, and it's something I always also talk about a lot. I get excited. More and more black men are coming to see me.
Yes.
And when I tell you, I use those opportunities to love on these men, to create a safe space for them, to remind them that whatever they tell me, that their manhood is not on the line.
Wow.
So like I love, it's wild. One particular company, I won't mention, but I had a guy come from there. And when I say he worked through some things that were so monumental, he told another guy at work.
Wow.
Then another guy just happened to look me up on Psychology Today, and then they were talking about how they both were in therapy, and then come to find out they were both seeing me.
Wow.
So
get that.
So yeah.
So it's happening. Your manhood is not on the line,
at all.
It's okay. Let's normalize therapy.
Yeah, we have to normalize that, but also outside of the therapeutic environment, as women who love men, we also have a responsibility to create a safe space.
Yes.
It's very complex yet very simple. We have to also create a safe space. We have to also give way to allow our men to, pardon my say, fail peacefully in some things.
Come on now.
As black women, black women are the most educated creatures in the country. We are the most driven in the country per capita.
I think that's with all relationships.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We've done all. We're the most educated, and I think there is and I'm just generalizing, and I know this isn't a catch-all for everyone.
Yeah.
But because we are that way culturally, there's often this sense to take over and do everything for our men. Or we don't trust that they'll do it the way we want it, so we have to jump in.
Say that again.
And it's so damaging to relationships. It's damaging to the relationship of them together.
Yeah.
But it's also crippling for the man.
Wow.
I had a talk with a girl today who's dating a guy who's in a halfway house. And I had to give her, it's funny because I vacillate in therapy because there are some things you can get Turkessa in the clinical voice. And then when they're super young and I can be a mother, I may give them a motherly tone.
I've heard it.
And then other times I give Turkessa. And today I gave her Turkessa and I said, listen, and it's funny because I make names up for all of these people. So I call her boyfriend halfway house bae.
I'm done.
So I'm like, listen,
what?
And I said, listen, and he treats her good, and she likes him, and he's still trying to get his footing. He's going to be there until the end of the year, and things are progressing, but she's really afraid, of how things are going to pan out. And I had to tell her, I said, listen, people, you want to measure him by what he does, and not by what he says. But what you're not to do is to jump in and do everything for him, because you will give him the fish and he will eat, but he will fold from under your covering because he doesn't know how to fish. And sometimes failure, peacefully failing, is good. It's good for character. And I told her, if you try to do everything for him, he will resent you because he will begin to feel like he's back in jail.
You said a mouthful there.
And like you the warden. Yeah.
You said a mouthful. Peaceably failing is good for character.
Listen, sometimes, especially like with kids and stuff, and they want to do things their way, if it's not detrimental to their lives,
just go ahead and let them do it.
Listen, let them fail.
I want you to learn.
Because sometimes kids have to be experiential learners.
Yes.
As the grandma said, you don't believe poop stink till you smell it.
Right.
You don't believe the stove hot till you touch it.
Hey, that's an old school way.
Yeah, you have, but it builds character, and it teaches us how to do things better. If you always run an interference on the play, he'll never know what his ability is.
Wow, that's true.
So I'm very passionate about how I deal with and how I engage black men specifically, just because I am, the product of a black man. So there is a space for me. There are certain things that I really work hard not to do, when it comes to black men, because I know that the world is harsh on them.
Right.
So it's a balancing act.
Wow.
It's a balancing act.
That's important
to keep things going. But when I say these men come to therapy and they open up the minute that they feel safe,
I love that.
And they open up and they talk about not feeling loved.
Here? I can get real.
Yeah. I come through with the regular, because the therapy stuff you guys see on TV, I don't bring that. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm saying I don't bring that.
Would that be that sit on the couch and look at the ceiling?
Yes.
Okay.
How do you feel about that? And I may ask that from time to time, but it's funny because there's this image about therapists that we are frumpy and we lack style and we're married to our work and we don't have a life, and I don't live like that.
I know that's.
I don't live like, and we're poor. We don't. I don't live in any of those spaces. But when I tell you, when men of color come into my space, I just make sure I roll out the red carpet for them, and I applaud the brave. How much courage it takes to go online, look for a stranger, tell your deepest, darkest secrets to, and then walk out the door and trust that they're not going to do anything with it to harm you.
Wow, that's true.
Man, listen,
that's true.
Wow, we have a whole party in that joint when they get in there.
That's right. Let's go.
Yeah, we have a whole party in that joint, but these men are talking, and they're talking about their experiences with women and relationships and feeling undervalued and feeling overstimulated and being tired of the honey-do list and being tired of not being able to be in spaces with their spouses without being stimulated. Something I learned a long time ago is that women, we tend to communicate face to face. Men's best communication is shoulder to shoulder, which is why guys have so much fun while they're gaming.
Right, that's true.
They don't need to gaze into each other's eyes and all that stuff that we do. We all blinking and.
I'm a true girl guy, okay? Because that's how I like to. What you say?
Shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to shoulder.
You know what I mean? I like to kick it, But it's. I think where it comes in at, and this is crazy because, without going into too much of what I'm going through, I think we do. Since that communication there's a lapse in that communication, but because we communicate so differently, it feels like there's a lapse.
Yeah.
But we're not listening, and we're not hearing, or we're not really tuning in to say,
Absolutely.
let me go do something that you really want to do, and let's talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the kind of person that I am. I want to dig in. I want to know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't leave me to think about it and leave my thoughts loud, because when my thoughts get loud, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
You don't hear nothing anyway.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So,
but love language is important, and that's something you said it without really like putting a name on it. But love language is important, and I think one of the biggest things in relationships is that people misuse love language.
Wow.
So let me tell you how.
Okay, let's dig. I told y'all we digging in.
This is something that I've given much consideration to. So, my love language is physical touch and quality time. And when I'm in a relationship, because I like physical touch and quality time, it is my assumption in my brain that the way that I'm going to show you that I love you is by physical touch and quality time.
Wow.
But if your love language is acts of service, the whole thing, we're not misreading each other. Yeah. I'm just giving you the love based off of what my desires are. I have to give consideration to what your desire is. So if I want to keep us connected, I'm not doing quality time and physical touch with you primarily. Wow. I am telling myself, even though I am not a big fan of acts of service, L'Oreal likes acts of service, so I'm going to do that because that pleases her. And when you're pleased, you're more apt to give me physical touch and quality time.
True.
So love language is, we tend to give what we want to receive instead of getting to know our partner and giving them what their desires are.
That's true. That's true.
So a lot of relationship things are surrounded around that. Not all of them, but a lot of them, because we spend so much time me, I like this, so you gotta like this.
Right.
No, I don't want to watch Housewives of Atlanta this week. You know, I want to watch the Tulsa King. I like drug cartels.
Me too.
I like drug cartels and mobsters and killing and shooting. No, I don't want to watch The Notebook. But L'Oreal, guess what? Because I know that you love The Notebook, and I love you know how it makes you soft with me and makes you feel good. I'm gonna stomach Notebook because my desire is to be with you and have you in the happiest space that's available.
Said I'm gonna stomach Notebook.
Yeah, I don't want to see I don't want to see nobody die together.
I know,
it's
that's right.
Beautiful sentiment. Tulsa King.
Yeah.
Casino. Goodfellas.
Yeah.
You know that's you want romance with me? Bring me some guns and some good food.
I know that's right. Fried chicken.
Listen,
some chicken.
Guns and good food and kilos of cocaine. We can.
You want to gangbang and
listen.
And
I
kill
want to watch.
chicken too,
I want to watch all of that. You know, that's what gets my romance going.
I hear you.
Notebook is not Notebook is not it for me. But if Notebook is it for you, and I know that I get the best parts of you when you're happy.
Okay.
I'm going to sit through Notebook with you.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I'm going to watch that guy and girl fight through all these things and lay in the hospital bed and die together. And I'm going to be okay.
It's something for all of them.
Yeah, you know. You benefit by sewing into your partner and what their desires are.
That's a beautiful situation.
We get so selfish, and I don't think it's intentional, but we just think that because I like it, you should like it.
Right. And I find that that's because that's what you've been accustomed to doing. And no one has spoken on it. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Yeah. But wow, you said a mouthful. Y'all better. I know y'all gonna go back and reel this in. Listen, you gonna rewind tonight.
Y'all better catch it.
Unwind and rewind. Listen. So y'all already know we here with my big sis, Turkessa Lee, LSW. We doing it?
No, it's a C in there. The C
is LCSW.
The C is where the money's at.
That's where
that's where the money's at.
LCSW. That's what I'm talking about.
And hopefully
we spitting that good stuff tonight. So I hope you all are soaking it in and you're enjoying it. How long have you been social work?
Oh God,
therapy.
Well, I've been a social worker since 1999.
Wow.
Yeah, so I done seen.
Was that like high school?
You gonna calm down? You gonna simmer down? That's what you're gonna do. Because you ain't gonna play me out here on this here podcast.
Down now.
But yeah, I've been a social worker since 99. It's actually funny because when I was in college, and they had two tracks. One was community development and one was clinical. Clinical was what I'm doing now. Wow. I did not do clinical.
Really?
My master's in social work is in community development. So after many years of that was my passion, but I think at the time I just wasn't prepared to take the leap to immerse myself in that and try to make a living out of it. So I ended up just kind of getting a job where I could get a job, and and then being told that you're going to do social work, but you're never really going to make any money. You're going to do it because you just love people.
Wow.
I believe that. Wow. And I just worked that for many years until I met someone who told me that I could do social work and live better. And he just told me, like, yo, give me 3 years of your life.
Wow.
He asked me for 3 years.
Wow.
And I gave him 3 years, and I went ahead and got all my clinical hours and passed my state boards, and I'm doing clinical social work now. But can I tell you what's funny?
What?
I'm looking to phase out the clinical piece of my work and to do more of this.
Wow.
More macro.
Right.
Because what I bring and what I teach is good one-on-one.
So
but imagine the benefits of being able to share it with hundreds of people, thousands of people at a time. So I am going to make my way back to doing more, implementing more macro things into my career.
So what you're doing now is considered micro?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
clinical is micro 101.
Okay.
101. But I want to do macro.
Okay. Absolutely.
There are things that I will do, like professional development and trainings for corporations about self-care and therapy 101, which is going to be my new. I feel like I'm about to go on tour like Janet Jackson, because I'm about to create a whole just tour to go to companies and have them pay me to tell their employees about therapy, why it's important, why it's important, self-care, why it's important, and the benefit for the employers is that people that are in therapy and are working on their mental health and that take care of themselves, they're more productive at work.
Yes.
They call out less.
Yes.
The turnover is less. Okay. And the morale is increased.
Look at them statistics, them stats,
all those things.
Wow.
So I'm about to go on tour like Michael Jackson.
Hey, let's go. Don't forget me. Put me in the trunk.
I got you.
Put me in the trunk.
I'm really. I love my work. I've been a one-on-one therapist licensed for almost 3 years now. So I've been in private practice for 3 years. I did it part-time working under somebody else's company for 1 year. Right. Then I did it part-time working for myself for 1 year. And then after I built my clientele and my confidence, I'm doing it now full-time for myself.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Listen here. It's all the process.
If you don't have goals, you better go get some.
Listen here. I write everything down.
Don't stay stuck.
Don't think it. Ink it. Write that thing down.
Yes. Don't think it.
Ink it.
Ink it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I write everything down.
Quote.
I write that thing. I write everything
that's right.
down.
It has to be. Yeah. I think it's the best formation of what your vision is when you put it on paper and you see that thing. I've been working off, and it's crazy. I have my vision board, right? I did that vision board, the vision board that I'm still being blessed off of and working on. I've done.
I love that you said that. Hold on, pause. How about I love that you said that you made this vision board. And that you're talking about it, and that you're being blessed off of the vision. Yes. That you're still being blessed. I love that you said that.
Yes.
I love that you said that.
I did this vision board when the pandemic hit.
Okay.
2020. I'm still working off of the same vision board.
Nice.
And everything that I put on there has come to fruition.
Man, listen.
And I refuse to throw it in. Everybody like, let's just throw it in the trash. Negative.
Yeah, we're okay.
Negative, because the next phase of this thing is coming out, and it's okay, because I do still add some things to it, whether I write it down or put it on there. But it's just, for me, it's just really show how God just worked through everything that I've put my hands to, and that He's blessed me with in the atmosphere. So I'm telling you, don't think it, ink it.
Yeah, don't think it, ink it. Write that thing down. I'm finishing up now. I do 5-year plans.
Okay.
I'm on the last 2 things of my 5-year plan, and when I tell you, I'm grateful, but I'm just astonished. Like they'll be complete like in the next 4 months before the year's end. And when I made the 5-year plan, I was at ground zero at everything. The things that I put in that 5-year plan, I didn't qualify for, have enough money for, put the time in for.
Let's talk about
They were just things that I desired for myself, and to be down to the last 2 things. And it's funny because, we are evolving creatures. So one of the things on my 5-year plan, now that I'm almost 5 years out, is really insignificant to me because it was like, I really wanted a 750 credit score.
Yeah.
And at the time, that was a big deal for me because I've been in spaces where my credit has been as low as 440.
Yeah, I've been there.
So working and chasing this imaginary number to be able to build capital with money that I saw a thing on Facebook, and then I'll come back to that. But yeah, just the number 750 was so significant to me. So when I looked like a month ago, I'm at like a 717, so like I'm almost there, and I'm working on it, and I'm doing it, and I'm paying my bills. But that number was significant 5 years ago because I had a slump years prior where I did not take my finances seriously, and I wasn't fiscally responsible. And now that I've mastered some things, the 750 isn't significant. I'm going to still do it because it's what I said I'm going to do, but it's not significant. I saw a reel on Facebook, and it said, poor people work to pay bills. Middle class people work for a credit score to buy things they can't afford. Rich people work to invest money so that their money can make money for them while they're sleeping. Precisely. And as I'm moving into this third category in my mind, the number is insignificant.
Wow.
The number has become insignificant.
I feel that. I felt that.
But to be that close to getting it and just say, I don't like the idea of that either.
Yeah.
I want to check it off.
Wow.
I want to check it out, and I will, but I won't do anything with it like I thought I would do with it 5 years ago.
Yeah. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
And I think that was the most empowering part for myself as well, especially financially. Like, I don't have to live like this. You know what I mean? I didn't come into this world living like this. I'm not going to end this world or leave this world living like this. But that's every day I wake up and I speak that. Oh, finances are going to be making finances. And while I'm sleeping and
my money will make money for me while I sleep.
This money's going to pop off. And it's crazy because I watch myself do it. I'm doing it. I'm watching my little guy do it, Jay.
Yeah. I love Jay.
Investing.
Jay just be about his business and getting this money. How about I'm laughing? I bought some bracelets from him many years ago, and I wore them a couple of days ago. They are durable. He has a solid product.
Fly guy.
I still wear the bracelets that he handmade for me.
Wow.
Him and I sat down together with his whole collection of 100,000 beads, and he brought me his whole collection and said, "You pick which ones you want, and I'll make it for you."
He was just on the show. I have featured him on the show.
I love.
I
love him.
He's got some crazy.
All three of your boys are just magnificent creatures.
Mr. Greyhound is tonight, so they're on the stage.
I saw.
So when I'm done here, I'm beating it over there. High school, I'm coming.
I know. I love it.
But yeah, what's crazy is that I think that's an important step, an important role in everybody's life, is to know how to be financially sustainable. Be financially set. Don't abuse the finances because it will put you to sleep.
But that's some stuff that'll send you to therapy, though. And believe it or not, I have several people that come to me because of the burden of spending more than they make, or not making enough to cover what their finances are. And a lot of it comes from anxiety and depression. Believe it or not. Yeah, you depressed.
I believe that.
What you want to do? Go get something to eat. You don't want to sit down and make it from scratch. You want to go and buy it. You depressed. You want to go order some stuff off of Amazon. Because depression makes us impulsive. We're looking for something to mask those feelings in that moment.
Yeah,
and
that's
if
true.
you're not careful, and if you already have poor fiscal accountability, it only escalates when you're having extreme feelings of anxiety and depression. Anxiety will have you buying stuff you don't need for problems that you don't have.
Exactly.
Because you're so far ahead of things that are not actually happening. So yeah.
That's funny. Wow. So this question right here, is we're talking therapy and why is it necessary? Why is it so hard for the culture to believe in therapy until they get past their wits end, and then they seeking for help?
We are a generation, a culture of mistrust.
I believe that
we have and you can have a baby for somebody and they can just leave you like you were nothing.
Wow.
And it seems so not relevant, but it creates a level of, it's a breach of security.
Right.
It's a breach of trust.
Mm-hmm.
You can be with somebody for umpteen years and they'll go out and sleep with somebody around the corner. Mm-hmm. You know, it's so, we you know, families don't stay together. You know, we don't stay at jobs like we used to.
Right.
Everything is disposable.
Right.
You know, so like with therapy, it's just scary. There's a level of vulnerability that we're afraid to exude because we've experienced so much hurt and disappointment in our lives.
Wow.
And I'm a whole therapist and I still struggle with that sometimes.
Wow.
You know, I have a level of self-awareness now where I am able to peel back the layers and call it what it is. Mm-hmm. You know, but we have so much mistrust and distrust. You know, we don't even trust ourselves.
Right.
We pick someone who beats us or cheats on us or treats us poorly. We don't even trust our own selves with decisions. You think I'm going to go and just freely go and seek some stranger to help me sort things out? Come on.
That's true.
It takes a lot. And a lot of times we got to wait until the pressure is so deep and so great to go and get relief.
Wow.
You know, but I really feel like as a culture, more and more people are going to therapy. There are websites that are just for us.
Yeah.
Therapyforblackgirls.com.
Yeah. Normalizing it.
Yeah, it's being normalized. There are Taraji Henson has a foundation where she gives out vouchers for people to go to get therapy that couldn't otherwise afford it. So people are talking about it. I just did a assembly at Galloway Township Middle School a couple of months ago to their 7th grade class on anxiety.
Really?
And one of the things I try to do, because I want to make it relatable.
Wow.
Like, yes, did you know that like Dwayne The Rock Johnson has anxiety? Meg the Stallion has anxiety.
Yeah. Wow.
So many I think it was Selena Gomez or Ariana Grande. They all are documented of having high anxiety.
Yeah.
Got more money than God.
Come on now.
And still suffer from the same disorders that regular people like you and me are susceptible to. So, you know, it doesn't know a culture. Depression doesn't pick you because you're black,
right,
straight, gay, short, tall, skinny, fat. Anybody can get it.
I know that's right.
Yo, anybody can get it.
I said to one of the staff at one of my schools, I said, you know, I think we were talking about some of the things that the kids are going through. And I said, I think parents get to the point where they don't feel their children need therapy. And then I repeated it to a parent. And I said, you gotta stop shysting your children because you feel like they don't have emotion or feeling. Because when you leave the door and they go into class, guess where it's coming out? And you're not here to see it, but you're in denial.
Well, they're usually in denial about their own brokenness.
Man.
It is something to be said when we have all of these parents with these troubled kids, and the parents are broken.
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny. My oldest daughter just turned 18. So the night before she
Happy birthday, girl.
Yes, my sugar just turned 18.
You done reached the clouds now. Come on.
My sugar done turned 18. But the night before she turned 18, I took her out to Doc's Oyster House. I wanted to treat her to a gourmet meal.
That's one of my favorite places.
And I wanted to talk to her and really pretty much just kind of settle up our bill of adolescence with her.
Wow.
You know, and the conversation with her was me apologizing to her.
Wow.
For anything that I have done that may have made her feel less than. Any time that I may have punished her too harshly.
Yeah.
Any time that I may have said something that made her feel less than, you know, beautiful, smart, and important. It was just a time for her and I to talk. But it was also a time for me to explain to her how difficult it was to be her mom while still trying to fix the broken pieces of me.
Oh, come on.
Listen.
Wow.
It is very difficult to do that. And I know that because of my brokenness and the things that I had to endure, and you know, getting divorced and domestic violence and poverty, and just other, you know, unresolved childhood traumas.
Yeah.
You know, I can't imagine what these parents. I say that I can't imagine what these parents of these children who you encounter the children, but they are just the residuals of the trauma from their parents.
Wow.
You know,
That's
so
true.
I don't think that any parent wakes up day to day and thinks that, oh, let me just destroy my kid today because I'm so messed up.
I don't think so.
No, it's not intentional. But it is an astronomical job to try to work through your own individual brokenness while running a household, going to work, making sure that your kids get to school, dealing with another personality if the parent is outside of the home, and dealing with your own shit.
Yeah, true.
It's a lot. And I am a trained, licensed clinical therapist, and I can tell you that it is not easy to raise good human beings when you're trying to navigate your own brokenness. And for me, while also trying to help other people navigate their brokenness while running a house, while working a job, while in school. You know, so I really took the last night of my daughter being 17 to apologize to her, to reaffirm to her that I love her, that I am proud of the human that she is, and to also let her know that she is eons better than I ever could have been. Eons better. I mean, I turned out okay, but my daughter doesn't have any real tragic stories to have to overcome.
Wow.
Because I gave to her what my mother was not capable of giving to me. You know, so
understandable.
I have a soft spot for parents. You know, I have a soft spot for parents, and I try to talk the way I'm talking to you now, how I just lowered my voice and made it sultry and palatable. You know, sultry, that's a skill. That's palatable. A skill. That's a skill.
That's a real skill.
It is a skill. It is a skill because it is this voice.
Yeah.
This is the voice that penetrates the heart for them to really look inwardly.
That's true.
I ain't never seen one person flourish by telling them that they are a bad mother. I ain't never seen one kid do better in school by saying, oh, you're a failure. You're a loser. You're not nothing. You're never going to be. Who rises to the occasion of that?
To tell somebody that.
But me telling you, hey, L'Oreal, I know you're doing your best. I know this is not easy for you.
It's the eyes for me.
I can't imagine. I can't stand you. I can't imagine what you're trying to overcome while trying to raise your boys.
Yeah. I feel you on that.
You know, you are not alone. What can I do to help you?
Wow.
I am sorry that you're experiencing that. It changed the whole room.
Yeah.
Wow. Because that mother done heard she's a failure already.
Oh, yeah. What?
She done heard it already. She tells herself that every day, which is why she can't get off the hamster wheel. If I come in and I do that, I'm confirming what she already thinks.
Wow. It's true.
Yeah. And she's not going to be better for that. And she's not going to be better for it. Wow. So.
Okay. Well, you know what it is, y'all. We've been in here chopping it up.
Baby, listen, this thing real.
Did you have coffee? Or did you go get some bubbly or something?
Let me get my nice little red cup.
You know, because what I want you to know is that if you didn't write, you better go back and rewind. Okay? Fast forward, rewind. Click like, follow, share with the world, because tonight some nuggets came across this mic that I think we all needed.
This was gravy.
Yeah,
this was gravy. Easy and organic. Just how I like it.
It's a vibe up in this thing. And I want you all to know that, yo, you can survive. You can make it through this. It's not against the will to go and get therapy. Okay?
You got to show up for yourself. Yeah. Nobody's coming. Nobody's going to save
That's
you.
a part of self-care.
Yeah, nobody's coming. And I live off of that.
Yeah.
Nobody's coming. Save yourself. And you can't be anything to anybody if you're always last on your to-do list.
Pow.
Yeah.
Come on now. Make yourself first. Tell yourself you love you. I love me some me.
Listen here.
Love me some me.
I'm big and fun, and I'll be okay with it. I get on with my business.
So I'll be okay with it. So y'all heard it here with my sis Turkessa Lee.
It was a pleasure. And
LCSW.
Yes, the C is for cash. It's all right.
Cha-ching. Roll them dollar signs, baby.
It was a pleasure. This was very organic and easy.
I'm grateful for you, okay? I'm grateful for you stepping into the atmosphere and allowing the world to know that it is okay to go out and seek therapy. Normalize it, you know what I mean? Every show I set an intention, and tonight's intention is I want you to be intentional about your self-care. let's add that therapy into your self-care, and to let the world know it's okay for me to be me. You know what I mean? That was one of the things and I'm about to turn 42. Don't tell nobody, y'all. But I'm about to turn 42, and I purposed and planned. Ooh. I'm 29 forever though, baby.
I just turned 31 again last week.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Listen, I'm going to tell you about this sis self-care. She said, I'm out here on this water alone.
Listen, I done went to Bermuda all by myself.
All
5-6 days. And had a good time.
That's what I'm talking about.
And it was healing.
Yeah. And we had a normal.
Yeah, it was healing.
Why? Why not?
Yeah, it was healing. And I just, when I say I'm still on, I want to do a podcast just on that.
Yes.
That just on that voyage, and the benefits of solo traveling and healing, and I really needed that. And I feel, and I'm so much more softer.
Okay.
And vulnerable now.
Let's go.
Which is something we typically fear as Black women, because we're inundated with this whole Black girl magic and superwoman mess. I don't subscribe to any of that. Sorry. But I came back from that cruise much softer. Much more enmeshed in my natural femininity. My compassion was expanded. My ability to give myself permission to be loved by a man is expanded. And it was just being by myself and looking at people in loving situations and loving relationships, and allowing myself to soak it in and not be envious of it, but to applaud it and just wait until it's my turn.
Absolutely. That's a beautiful thing. Understanding, I need this. This is for me. It's not for you. It's not for nobody else. Yeah. This part is for me. Yeah, so what a beautiful birthday gift.
Yeah, I'm no good to these clients if I'm burnt out, cranky.
I know that's right.
Mad. Yeah. And I'm going on vacation again next week. We're going to take time to do something with my kids next week.
2 for the price of 1.
Yeah, I'm just going to go hang out with my babies next week for a few days.
I know that's right.
And do some things so that they can get a break. They're doing really good. They're meeting expectations in the household. Let's reward them with a little fun time.
Come on. I'm all for it. Listen, we took your big boy down to Charlotte this week.
Ooh, child.
Listen, girl, wait for it. April 17th. That's his announcement there.
Oh, nice.
But he's had so many opportunities in different. He's gotten a lot of acceptances. So April 17th, he's making his big announcement.
I can't wait.
Listen, I'm proud of this guy. When I tell you I'm proud of my boys, I'm proud of them.
Listen, them babies, and I tell you, you ladies have just done a phenomenal job with them. From the advocating, to the showing up, to the get right, to the restrictions, all of it, because it's all a part of parenting.
Yeah.
And they are fortunate.
I love you guys. Shout out to the Queen. What's up, girl? Because I know you out here peeking somewhere.
All right now. Hey, sugar.
Mr. Greyhound on him.
Hey, sugar.
Yes. I love y'all. And I'm excited. Thank you for showing up and accepting the invitation.
Thank you. Please have me back again. I definitely will come back and see you.
No doubt. We listen. There will be a part 2.
I love it.
We're gonna really dig in on that.
I got some things. I got a whole list of things I want to talk about. I got some questions.
And we love it. We offering the inside view to the world so that they can feel like, okay, this is for me. Maybe I can do this as well. Maybe I can. Listen, we want everybody to feel that.
Next time I come back, I want to talk about how do I find a therapist. Let's make part 2 about that.
Let's narrow it down.
Yeah. So there's not wondering. I can just give them the cliff notes on how to find a therapist.
Yeah.
How do you know if you need therapy?
No doubt.
How do you do it if you have insurance? How do you do it if you don't have insurance? Let's just get the people rocking and rolling and signing up for that thing.
So y'all better stay tuned because it's coming right at you. Y'all already know what we came to do. We came, we conquered, we saw, we did it all. And I hope y'all got something more out of this tonight, and you can take it back and you can analyze it and you can apply it to your natural being, because you deserve that self-care and that therapy. Normalize it. Normalize it for your children. Normalize it for yourself. Go get your peace. Go out there and get your peace. Yeah. And listen, keep tuning in. Go follow, like, share. You already know what all the indigenous digits are and the pages are. Go do it at 609 Stage Left, IG and Facebook.
And hold on, if you want to follow me on Instagram, I am the cussing therapist. I did good tonight.
It's really like that too.
Yeah, I am the cussing therapist. I was just told tonight to behave.
Oh, look, she didn't hear that from me, y'all. I said you can say whatever you want to.
That's not what you said. That is all types of capping here. That is not what you said, honey. Capping. You are capping with a big cap. That is not what you said.
Listen, she knows I love her. She knows that I know what she's about.
I start my podcast going to be different. Than when I start my own podcast, it's going to be different.
The cussing therapist is coming to a city near you.
That's right. The cussing therapist on Instagram. You can find me there.
Hey, I'm and tell them how to follow you or how to get in contact with you if they need a therapist.
Oh, if you want to find me, you can go to Psychology Today, psychologytoday.com, and you can type in my name, Turkessa, Turkessa, last name Lee, Lee, and I'll pop right up. And my bio is there. I only service people in New Jersey, though. I'm only licensed in New Jersey. Corporate events where I'm doing teaching, I can do anywhere in the country if you pay for me to come there and pay my fee. But one-on-one therapy, I'm only servicing New Jersey right now.
Don't forget that. Pay the fee.
It's worth every penny.
Ship her to you.
Yeah, it's worth every penny. People been doing it and they loving it.
She might cuss, but you're going to get every bit of it.
Professional developments. No, okay. I have layers and I'm able to, I know when those things are okay. When we're at professional developments for corporate things, I will not probably.
You know what? That's why I'm leaving it at. I ain't messing. I'm leaving it at that. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all been a blessing to us tonight. If you have any information that you need to express, don't hesitate to reach out to us. You need to get it out there. We are accepting ads. If you need advertisements, hit us up. Let us know how you want to share your business.
Hoity-toity advertisements.
Okay. How you want to share your business with the world. We are doing it. So hit up L Vintage. Hit up Top Class Radio. Get your business out there and let's spread the word. Okay? I love y'all. Top Class Radio, Stage Left. We here. Turkessa Lee.
Have a good night, y'all.
Go. Cussing Therapist. I love y'all. Peace.
Have a good night.